Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's card of the day, tarot card of the day, is the Ten of Stones and home. And it seems like this year we've been talking a lot about going home. And, I always say home is where the heart is. Doesn't matter where you're at, if you're traveling, vacation, at another person's house, at your own house, son's house, daughter's house, doesn't make a difference. That is where your home is for the day. And where the heart is, that's all about love. If people bring you into their home, that means they trust you, that they're trying to open their homes up to you, right? And friends will do that, family will do that, and it's like, why don't you just come, spend some time with us? And like I've said before, home is also the community in which you reside in. It's great to go back home. Home is also your friends, your coworkers, your family. Home is where you make it, whether it's in sunny Florida or snowy Michigan, or tropical Hawaii. It doesn't really matter. The thing that does matter is what all three have in common is there's love there, all right, with your family, friends, co-workers, a place where you can call home, a place where you can put your head down, and they offer security, stability, and affection. And over the years, home has changed. The pandemic has put a lot of people in home, and now home and office are the same. We go out and be safe. We go to the grocery stores and we be safe, and we come home because we're safe there. We have our own little bubble that we can stay in, and years ago, the nuclear family, nobody was home. It was just, mom and dad would go to work, pick up the kids from school, and then come home. We get the homework done, go out to soccer practice or whatever, and boom, we're back at it. But childhood home is your home you can always go back to if it's still there. Grandfathers and grandmothers' homes, whether they're still in your family or not, you can go by and say, hey, grandma so-and-so used to live there, or grandpa so-and-so used to live there. Uncles and aunts, they've grew up in their homes for 60, 70 years. Most people, they stay in their homes their whole lives. They may move to a bigger home when the kids, are growing, and they move to a smaller home, when the kids are gone. But, home is a place that you have your whole life. It doesn't matter where you're at. And for some, in other countries, and in this country, it's still a hope and a dream. And yet on some, it's the end of the journey. It's the end of their spiritual quest. And, they go home to be with their friends and family. And they're welcomed. They're welcomed in that home, into that mansion that's up there, right? And they've got a new spiritual body. And there's, they may have suffering down here when they're moving to that other side, but when it's all said and done, they're in a better place. They're in a better body, and they're home with their friends, and they'll never leave your side, because their spirit is always going to be with you. Whether it's your dad or your mom, your sister, your brother, they're always going to be watching out for you. In their home, right? So we've been talking a lot about spirituality and your spiritual path and what's happening. And the pole star just fell off, and you still have the the seer, the shaman, and the mirror, and then you have the two kings out here as well. And you have all the elements. All right, we haven't talked about stones in a little bit, so what does home mean for you? When I meditated on this card and I looked, and the world tree is maybe it's coming through that house, and maybe that's their world tree, right? That they're in. But somebody took the time to craft that stone. Somebody took the time to make that male and female figure on there, and that's where family is, right? And yesterday we were talking about that ancient wisdom and lore from the King of Arrows, the Kingfisher. And the question that he asks is, what must you focus on? Now the Kingfisher is actually looking towards the home. The mirror is actually looking towards, it's lined up like this, right? It's looking towards the home as well. And the Kingfisher's, he's pointing you in that direction of home. So, as you're thinking about home throughout the day, whether that's, a day after you go to work or you're going to your childhood home or whatever, okay, a place where you can lay your head down, what most you focus on clearly? Are there some projects around the house that need to be done? Are you clear on making, I don't want to say making the home your home, because some people have a house but don't make it their home, okay? If you're going home and you want to be homey, then you have to, do things to make it yours, right? You have to put your little spin on it, okay? The mirror was asking about, looking at that, looking in the mirror, okay, and seeing that inner reflection. And when you look in the mirror for that inner reflection, do you see yourself in your home? Or do you look into the globe and see your inner shadows in your home? The home should be a positive place. It should be a place where, there's love and affection. It shouldn't be a house or a home that's full of, worry and negative energy. It should be a positive energy for everybody that's there. The Nine of Vessels, generosity. Maybe through your business or through your work, maybe you got a bonus. You can apply it to the house. Maybe put on a new deck, build a new kitchen, increase the value of the home, right? Give it, an aesthetic makeover. The King of Bows, that earth energy, or not earth energy, but fire energy, all right? It's creative aspect, all right? Now, the King of Bows represents magical power and healing. Where do you need to take charge to possibly do something different with your home? Do you need to make a phone call to the contractor? Do you need to, possibly replace the carpet? Maybe do some wood flooring. Maybe you and your spouse go out and, take a look at the wood flooring there at, at the local hardware store. Or, maybe you want to, paint the room a different color or something like that. That's where you need to take charge. You just say, you know what? We've got the funds to do this. Let's move forward to make this more homey, right? Aesthetically pleasing. The shaman, he's going to help you manifest whatever it is you want to be done with the house or the home. Whether it's downsize, upsize, new deck, new kitchen, whatever. He's got all the manifesting energy for that. And then you've got the seer who's out there as well. Maybe little cracks are starting to show up in the plaster. Maybe you need to, or you need to make another room. All right. Listen to the riddles of what the seer has to say for you to, do something different with your home. Maybe there's something out there that just, is nagging your ear, so to speak. All right. And, that's where the seer's talking to you, about what's going on. Now, the King of Bows also asks, where is your enthusiasm leading you? So, as you're manifesting things, you're listening to the riddles, where's the enthusiasm? Maybe something that the seer said to you, okay, when you were listening, is leading you enthusiastically to add a man cave, or add a she shed or something like that to the property for value. And then the Kingfisher is also asking, who can give you wise words or counsel. All right, maybe you have to talk to the right contractor to get what you want in that home. Or if you don't have enough funds, pull out an equity line. Talk to the right people to set you up to do whatever you need to do for your home. To make it yours, right? And make it more homey. So there's love and affection, security and stability there. All right, so that's today's card of the day, the 10 of Stones and home. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others. And this is D for a Spirit's Path. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care, God bless, stay safe, everybody.